What's up, everyone? Welcome to the first, technically, episode of Broken Ranks. My name is Jake. I'm here with Aaron.
Hi.
And we're going to be playing a game of Age of Sigmar with you. I will be piloting the Stormcast Eternals, and Aaron will be playing the Kharadron Overlords. Cool matchup here. Don't know which way it's going to swing. We've already deployed, and Aaron ended up deciding to take the first turn, and I chose the primary objective and to activate the objective. We are playing the Prize of Gallet, or Galette, whatever floats your boat. So that's the battle plan. We're already deployed. Aaron, take it away. Let's walk through your list for everyone.
So I'm running 1,995 points of Barak Zilfin. I have 3 Arcanaut Company. I have 1 10-man unit of Thunderers. I have a frigate, an Ironclad, and then I have 4 little heroes. I have an Engine Master, Admiral, Navigator, and a Chemist. Okay, and I also have a Warp Lightning Vortex. I have 3 artifacts because I've given the Chemist Collector, and he is the General. So I have Spell in a Bottle. On the Navigator, I have the Cyclic, the Zilfin artifact. And then on the...
Some kind of staff.
Yeah, some kind of staff. It lets them shoot more. And then the Admiral has Arcane Tome to get some spicy flaming weapon spells off. Other than that, I have 2 Engine Works. I have the Last Word on the Ironclad, and then I have Malefic Sky Mines on the Frigate.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's the list.
That's it.
All coming in at 1995. I will be rocking the Stormcast Eternals. I believe my list is 1980, something like it's definitely below yours. I have Bastion, Carthalos, the legend, the Man of Thunder. He is hiding underneath this thing right here.
A reasonable place.
A reasonable place for him. We have 2 units of Judicators. One is in the sky, one is deployed over to the left side of the board. I have a Lord Imperant. He is not my general, but he does have the extra artifact for Magnificent. He will be taking an Arcane Tome with Celestial Blades, and obviously he's just going to be casting Mystic Shield for the most part. I have, in this back corner here, a Lord Relictor. He is my general. He has Mirror Shield, Translocate as his prayer. Obviously he is +1 to prayers, re-rolling prayers with his command trait. We have a unit of dragons in the sky and a unit of Vindictors chilling on this objective right here, screening out some homies. The last thing and the big bang, obviously I have the Lord Imperant, so I have a unit of Grand Hammers. They're over here with Bastion, 1 there, and then 1 in the sky, so they can come down with a 7-inch Deep Strike. So that is what I'm rolling. As I said before, we're playing on Prize of Gallet. I chose this objective in the corner over here as the one that's activated, and then I did not choose a prime or proving ground objective with the new book. So we'll be holding off on those for right now. And that's it. So with all of that being said, I think it's into turn 1.
Yep, turn 1.
All right, let's make it happen.
All right.
The Kharadron Overlords' battle tactic is against all odds. They must control an objective that is not contested by an enemy Galatian veterans unit to secure this battle tactic. The Admiral and the Lord Imperant both succeed heroic leadership. The Kharadron Overlords do nothing in their hero phase. A unit of Arcanauts secure the activated objective on the left side of the board. The Ironclad flies high and moves to the right side of the board. The Ironclad uses all-out attack in the shooting phase, and the Kharadron Overlords deal a total of 9 wounds to the Judicators and 2 wounds to the Vindictors, killing no units. In Battle Shock, no Stormcast Eternals flee. The Kharadron Overlords end their turn holding 1 objective and more objectives, and complete their battle tactic, scoring a total of 4 points.
So, end of turn 1.
Just flew high, secured my position. I was able to get a pinky toe on that objective that he activated. I took it. I failed to kill anything with my Ironclad, which I feel is surprising, I think, but disappointing. But
Good
that's okay.
rolls for my Eldari dice that I just got today.
Yep. He warded pretty much, 8 damage, at least. Something
Probably.
like that.
I was rolling good on the saves for these boys over here.
For all of them, really. But I think I got my battle tactic. I took the objective. I got the maximum amount of points. So I think I'm in a pretty good position. I screened well enough to where he can't charge my Ironclad in any way.
Yeah.
So
scored
And
1,
my frigate.
scored more, and then got the battle tactic, which was against the odds. He took over this.
Yep. I got
Going
everything I
into
needed.
turn 2, or going into the end of turn 1,
And I've spent my obligatory Aether Gold.
spent the obligatory Aether Gold for his Aether Gold grand strategy, which is great. Yeah, going into this turn, I need to make an impact here and hope for a double, honestly. But I'm gonna play that way. Big turn. Here we go. Going with against the odds as well. I'm gonna try to take that objective. Cool. Ready? Let's make it happen. All right.
The Stormcast battle tactic is against all odds. They must control an objective that is not contested by an enemy Galatian veterans unit. The Admiral fails heroic leadership, while the Lord Imperant succeeds. The Judicators rally back 2 models in the hero phase. The Lord Relictor translocates Bastion. A unit of Annihilators deep strike within 7 inches of the Archnauts. A unit of Judicators deep strikes 9 inches from the Ironclad. The unit of Dragons deep strikes onto the left side of the board. The Judicators shoot the Admiral, killing 3 Thunderers after passing off wounds. The Dragons breathe onto the Archnauts, dealing 8 mortal wounds. Bastion and the Annihilators both succeed their charges. In the combat phase, Bastion and the Annihilators deal 10 damage to the Archnauts, wiping the unit and controlling the objective. The Stormcast Eternals end their turn controlling 1 objective and more objectives. They also secure their battle tactic for 4 points.
Okay, so end of turn 1. Stormcast did some stuff here. I took, against the odds, I got that battle tactic. I took over this objective here. Basically, long story short, got all my spells off except for my Mystic Shield, which got unbound. Teleported my Bastion 9 inches away on this, moved these guys up here, dropped in actually all of my units. On the left side of the board, my Judicators basically did nothing.
They killed 3 Thunderers. That's not nothing. Don't exaggerate.
I mean, it's basically nothing.
It's plenty. Oh, yeah, okay. It's plenty. It's plenty.
So I killed 3 Thunderers. I was going to try and kill his Ward Turner Offer guy, but that didn't end up happening. Dragons came down, did 8 mortals to the unit of Arcanauts in the back corner, and then my Bastion, as well as a unit of Annihilators with hammers, they both succeeded their charge and just wiped out the other unit. So obviously I took over that objective, and that's kind of the board state. Moved a couple things, kind of spread myself out so that it's going to be difficult for him to try to land on any of my stuff, but other than that, that's pretty much the turn here. So into priority for turn 2.
So 3.
That's a 1.
I'm definitely taking it because I'm in a horrible position.
Okay.
So, yep. That's
I'm
it.
going to make this the close objective is going to be my new objective. That is the happy objective or whatever, the good objective that gets activated.
Yep.
And then I'm going to make this objective the objective that can only be taken by Galatian
veterans.
The Stormcast home objective is activated, and the left objective is selected as the proving ground. The KO battle tactic is eye for an eye. They must kill a unit in the turn following the death of one of their own units. Spell in a Bottle is dropped, dealing 3 mortal wounds to the Lord Impurant, 6 mortal wounds to the Vindictors, and 2 mortal wounds to the Judicators. The Ironclad moves on to the center objective. In the shooting phase, the Kharadron Overlords deal 7 damage to the Judicators. They deal 3 damage to the Vindictors, and they deal 3 damage to the Annihilators. The Admiral then turns off Bastion's 4-up ward, and the Ironclad proceeds to kill him. In the combat phase, no charges are declared. One unit of engine riggers charges the Judicators. In combat, they deal no damage. In the Battle Shock phase, no models flee from Battle Shock. The Kharadron Overlords hold no objectives, however, secure their battle tactic for 2 points.
Got my eye for an eye, strangely enough, by just killing Bastion. I went over here in the movement phase, I turned off his ward, and then I just nuked him with the Ironclad. I mean, it took the whole Ironclad to kill him, but at least I killed something. I took out one of his Grand Hammers. My, Warp Lightning Vortex really popped off there and did more
lot.
work than my whole army has done so far.
Kind of.
Yeah, so that was good. I think I'm in a okay position. Not too bad. Not having too many screens left is not great, but I think it's
Boats
fine.
do work regardless.
Well,
so.
that boat does work. This boat doesn't do anything but transport stuff. So
Still, I mean,
yeah. So hopefully I have screened decently enough to where nothing too important gets nuked.
yep.
And yeah, that's it. We'll move on to Stormcast Eternals turn 2.
Yes, we will. I think for me, I'm gonna have to think about my grand strategy or my battle tactic here.
The Stormcast battle tactic is gaining momentum. They must kill a chosen unit and hold more objectives than the enemy. The chosen unit is the Archnaut Company of 2. The Lord Relictor fails heroic leadership, and the Admiral succeeds. The Judicators deal no damage with Thunderbolt Volley. The Lord Relictor translocates the Annihilators with Grand Hammers 9 inches from the Endrin Riggers on the right side of the board. The Lord Imperant dispels the Warp Lightning Vortex. The Annihilators move towards the Archnauts in the center of the board. The Vindictor runs onto the left objective. The dragons move to the center of the table. The Judicators kill one Endrin Rigger, and the dragons whiff their dragon breath. Both units of Annihilators charge. The unit of 2 wipes the small unit of Archnauts, securing the Stormcast Eternals battle tactic. The dragons charge. Unleash Hell deals 1 damage. In the combat phase, both units of Annihilators wipe their target, killing all of the Archnauts and all of the Endrin Riggers. The dragons pile in, dealing 12 damage to the frigate. So close. No units run in the battle shock phase. The Stormcast Eternals secure their battle tactic and hold 1, 2, and more objectives for 5 points.
Okay. So end of turn 2, bottom of turn 2. I did exactly what I wanted here. Basically, I was in a really bad position, and I maneuvered my way out of it. I teleported my Grand Hammers over to the left side, took out this area so that I basically can get that objective even if I lose priority. I moved my dragons up, took out pretty much all of his screens. Really, my goal here was to leave Aaron with nothing on the table except his 2 boats, and that's exactly what I did. I've moved my guys in a decent position where I no longer have that annoying spell. He can cast it again if he gets priority, but for the most part, I think I'm in a decent place. I have 1, 2, and more objectives. I have the Proving Ground with my Galatian veterans, and I'm pretty much completely circling the boats right now. So really going to come down to who gets priority, I think.
I mean, there's not much I can do even with priority because you're going to choose that objective. I mean, it's going to come down, if I have the priority roll, I won't just auto lose, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
If I lose it, it's over.
That being said, the boat is always scary regardless. Like, even though he feels like he doesn't have any play, all his heroes are alive. He has almost a full unit in this boat, and the boat just kind of slaps. I mean,
the boat doesn't have the problem with KO is that they don't have any objective play in general.
Yeah.
And then this battle plan limits them even more. So it's very, I think this is a very difficult one for me to maneuver through.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
Let's see what we get here.
Wow.
That's a 6.
So you just can't win.
And that's a 3.
So I'm going to take it, obviously.
So he's going to take it.
Let's see.
I will activate. What do I want to do here? I can activate that. I can activate that. I'm obviously not activating the middle one.
Yeah.
I think the play here is to turn on this corner objective. So that's going to be activated, and we're going to make the Galatian Veterans objective be... You have no Galatian Veterans. So I'm going to make the Galatian Veterans objective be this one.
Okay.
Which is good.
All right.
So you can't take that objective.
Nope.
Cool. All right. We are into round number 3. Here we go.
The rightmost objective is activated, and no objective is chosen to be the proving ground. The Kharadron Overlords' battle tactic is outmuscle. They must kill a chosen enemy Galatian Veterans unit. The chosen unit is the single model Vindictor on the leftmost objective. The Lord Relictor and the Admiral succeed in heroic leadership. The Ironclad uses its once per game hero phase move to move towards the Stormcast Eternal's home objective. While there, the Thunderers disembark. In the movement phase, the Ironclad moves. The Frigate retreats. In the shooting phase, the unit of Thunderers kill the Vindictor. This secures the Kharadron Overlord's battle tactic. The Ironclad manages to kill the Lord Impurant, as well as the rightmost unit of Annihilators. No charges are declared, and nobody runs from battle shock. The Kharadron Overlords secure their battle tactic as well as take an objective, scoring 3 points.
All right, so got my battle tactic, which was to outmuscle. I just had to kill this guy Now he's no longer contesting it, so I got the objective.
Yep.
Moved back here during the hero phase, moving shenanigans. Dropped the guys from my boat onto the objective to take it, as well as the chemist. Okay, I tried to cast Warp Lightning Vortex, couldn't get it off, but that's fine. I feel like this puts me in an okay spot to not lose my Ironclad. So I think, yeah, I mean, I think I did as good as I possibly could have in the turn.
I agree. I think this is peak turn.
Peak turn.
Basically, everything went wrong that I wanted to go right. So all my units that I needed to keep alive died. And all of the units that, basically everything I have is dead. So despite him saying last time that it was a big issue, once again, as I always say, he has the shit in the boat, so the boat slaps.
The boat's great. We gotta edit all that bitching out from both sides. Because it's just not
I'm
nice.
just saying.
I mean, you still have 1, 2, you
I have
lost
the
one
objectives, but you definitely have the control of the...
Barge through enemy lines. You take it.
No,
Kill
yeah,
that guy.
I think we'll be... I'll be fine point-wise, but I will be tabled by the end if I don't win priority.
Doesn't matter if you get tabled if you still win.
All right, so I will do, for my battle tactic, desecrate their lands, I think.
The Stormcast Eternal's battle tactic is desecrate their land. They must control a terrain feature wholly or partially within enemy territory. Both players fail heroic leadership. The Lord Relictor successfully translocates across the board. In the movement phase, the unit of Judicators moves on to the rightmost objective to secure it. The unit of Annihilators moves towards the leftmost objective. The unit of Dragons moves towards the middle of the board. In the shooting phase, the Judicators deal no damage, while the Dragons deal 8 mortal wounds to the unit of Thunderers. The Thunderers inspiring presence and do not run from battle shock. The Stormcast Eternals secure their battle tactic. They also control 1, 2, and more objectives, scoring a total of 5 points.
All right, let's talk about this. So, played it really casual, played it going into hoping for a double turn. I failed to kill the boat. Somehow. Which is whatever. And I failed to wipe this unit too. My ideal turn would have been to wipe that unit and to kill the boat. I failed both things. That being said, I got my battle tactic, which was to teleport my guy onto the castle over there, which I got 2 points for. And I also just secured 2 objectives to make sure that even if I fail taking the turn here, I still can pretty safely come back with like whatever the Conquer-esque type of a turn is.
Inspiring presence.
Yeah.
Or triumph.
Yeah, or Aether Gold or whatever. So that is that's how that all played out. So I really need to win a turn.
Yeah.
At least once this game. And hopefully this is it. Let's see what happens. That's a 4 and that's a 6. So I lose the turn.
Barge through enemy lines.
So you're going to take the turn, I assume?
100%.
The center objective is activated, and the center objective is also chosen as the proving ground. The Kharadron Overlords battle tactic is barge through enemy lines. 2 units must end their turn within enemy territory. The Lord Relictor succeeds heroic leadership, while the Admiral fails. The Admiral succeeds in casting Warp Lightning Vortex, dealing 4 mortal wounds to the dragons. The frigate moves to secure the right objective. The Ironclad uses all-out attack, and the dragons use all-out defense. Together, the Thunderers and frigate kill 1 dragon and the remaining Judicators. No charges are declared, and the dragons do not flee in battle shock. The Kharadron Overlords succeed their battle tactic and score 1, 2, but not more objectives for a total of 4 points.
That's my. I fucking forgot that guy was there, but that's fine. That's my turn.
You can't shoot him anywhere.
I just
He's
forgot.
chilling, bro.
I probably would have tried to shoot him
He's living his best life.
with this guy.
For sure.
But he's just in the fucking corner.
Dude is chilling. Like, just let him live his life, bro.
I can shoot him with 4 shots.
He's
so-
out. He's within 9 inches.
12 with this
Yeah,
guy.
but he's got mirror shield.
Oh, right. Okay. My bad. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay, Barton, get out of here for a second.
Get out of here.
Just for a
Why do you
second.
say it like that? I'm going to
I like to
use...
say things intentionally as rude as possible because it's funny.
All right, I'm going to get Ether Gold on the Navigator.
Okay.
I'm going to just pop
Just
in
use it, yeah.
so I
you get your
I
thing.
get my thing. All right, and that's it. Okay, so my battle tactic was barge through enemy lines, so I just had to have 2 units wholly within enemy territory, which I
Yep.
did. So I just got the 2 points there. I was able to tag this objective and take it.
So currently you have 2, but not more.
Yeah,
Essentially.
yeah. It would stay yours if this was.
Yeah. Okay.
if you
So
wanted it.
let's do that. So you got it. You got 2 objectives. So 1, 2, and you got your battle tactic for 4 points
Yeah.
total there, which puts you at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points.
Yep. So you're still in the lead with 1. So I mean, at this point, just
So JCM turn 4. All right. So that gives me my turn.
yep.
What I will do here is the one where I get 2 guys in your
Barge through enemy lines.
territory, I believe. Yes.
Okay. Yep. Definitely doable.
The Stormcast Eternal's battle tactic is barge through enemy lines. The Lord Relictor and the Admiral both succeed in heroic leadership. The Lord Relictor prays very hard to the heavens and kills the frigate with a prayer, dealing 3 mortal wounds. The Annihilators and the Lord Relictor both move into enemy territory to secure the battle tactic. The Dragons move on to the Stormcast Eternal's home objective and deal 4 mortal wounds to the Thunderers in the shooting phase. No charges are declared. The Stormcast Eternals control 1, 2, and more objectives and succeed their battle tactic, scoring 5 points total.
Yeah. All right. So, quick turn here. Basically, I took barge through enemy lines, which is kind of my last. I dropped a die and it went over there.
Okay.
Kind of my last battle tactic I can really get, actually, because he has almost nothing left, and I have almost nothing left. I moved my guys up. I got that. My dragon moved out of the little explosion spell in the middle, the Skaven spell, and I did some damage to the, what are they?
Thunderers.
The Thunderers. That's really all that happened. Notably, Lord Relictor, he got mad and he called upon the heavens to destroy the boat. That has been plaguing us this whole game. So the boat exploded because of the Lord Relictor's anger. And really, other than that, nothing honestly happened. I just moved. Got some points.
Yep.
I did get 1, 2, and more. Currently, I have control of all of the objectives except this one in the back corner.
Yep.
So really, priority is going to be interesting. I think if I lose this, there's a real good argument for me losing. But we'll see what happens. We will see. You ready to roll off?
Yeah, let's roll off.
Please let me win at least one priority. That's
5.
a 5. That's a 6.
So you get to double.
Whew. Okay. I definitely am going to take it, I think, here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would not do that.
The KO home objective is activated, and no objective is chosen as a proving ground. The Stormcast battle tactic is eye for an eye. They must kill a chosen unit in a turn following a turn where they lost a unit. The Lord Relictor succeeds in heroic leadership. The Navigator succeeds in heroic leadership. The Lord Relictor translocates onto the Stormcast Eternal's home objective. The Annihilators move on to the KO home objective. The Dragons shoot the Thunderers, dealing 1 mortal wound. The Lord Relictor succeeds his charge. The Dragons also succeed their charge. In the combat phase, the Dragons kill 2 Thunderers in combat and eat the last one to secure their battle tactic. The Lord Relictor piles in and deals no damage. No units run from battle shock. The Stormcast Eternals hold 1, 2, and more objectives to succeed their battle tactic for 5 points.
So, Top of turn 5, I get 1, 2, and more, and I get eye for an eye. So that is another 5-point turn, putting me at 24.
Yep.
24. That's basically it. All I did, moved the dragon, charged. And
Yep. At
did
this point,
damage.
I think it's literally not possible for me to win.
I don't know, dude.
What's the score right now? It's 13.
24-13. You're going to get your grand strategy for sure.
Right, but then I only
And
got
I'm going to not get mine. So that is
7 points.
give it a, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to play it out for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's possible for me to win. Let's see.
Aaron, turn 5.
The Kharadron Overlords' battle tactic is desecrate their lands. The Engine Master and the Navigator disembark the Ironclad. The Ironclad flies high into enemy territory to complete their battle tactic. The Ironclad and everything unload all of their guns into the dragon, killing it for a moral victory. No charges are declared, allowing the disembarked heroes to deny the Stormcast of their grand strategy. The Kharadron Overlords hold 1, 2, and more to complete their battle tactic, scoring 5 points. The Stormcast Eternals fail their grand strategy, take what's theirs, and score 0 extra victory points. The Kharadron Overlords, however, complete theirs, spend some to get some, and gain 3 additional victory points. Both armies succeeded all 5 battle tactics, and the score ends with a Stormcast victory at 24 victory points to a Kharadron loss at 21 victory points. What a game.
So, I mean, I don't even care that I lost. I think I was a really good turn. I won. Morally, I feel like I won. Because I was able to prevent his grand strategy by plopping 2 heroes and moving them very obnoxiously. I also took that objective. I kept that objective. And I took that objective by killing the dragon.
Yep.
And, yeah, it was all right. I mean, I got my grand strat, bringing me to a total of 21. He stayed at 24. I mean, I thought it was a good game. I enjoyed the game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that turn was probably the best you were going to get out of that turn.
Yeah. I mean, it was the best turn I had in the game, arguably, when it comes to points. And, points-wise. Not killing things-wise, but points-wise, it's the best turn you could probably had.
Yeah, for sure. I think really, let's just kind of go into just takeaways for the match.
First takeaway, I don't like this battle plan because there's way too many things happening.
Yeah.
Every turn it's like, did you activate or did I activate? What's happening? Not a fan of this one.
I think simpler battle plans, just general feedback on the GHB. So far, everything I've played, the more simple the battle plan, the more interesting the game can be.
Agreed. I mean, the game is already complicated enough with all the rules, right?
Yeah, not necessarily that this is super complex, but with, activating something and then choosing what the proving ground is, and then
you
certain units can only take things, and it's a lot of things. I think it's not very new player friendly.
Not at all.
That being said,
it's not unbalanced.
things I liked about this battle plan and things I liked about this overall were having basically lost every priority roll up until the last turn. Being able to choose the objectives that existed was massive for me, almost to the point where, in some ways, I don't know if you would agree with this, but looking back at the game, maybe a few of those priorities that Aaron won would have been better for him to just give me the double, because I wasn't going to actually be able to make that big of an impact if I had a double, and being able to choose like strategically he's not going to be able to even take this because he doesn't have any Galatian veterans left. Mm-hmm. I mean, I completely lost in board state, but I won by a lot in points.
Yeah.
And I think that, honestly, probably the choice of objectives in being able to consistently score 1, 2, and more, where you were kind of consistently not getting 1, 2, and more, but out-killing me every turn, probably made a big difference here, which is an interesting point just about how the battle plan plays.
Yeah,
and about how Proving Ground plays and all these different factors just in the game right now.
I mean, I generally would agree with you. It's just the problem. So I would agree that maybe I should have given you some of them. The only issue being that so many of these battle tactics are dependent on killing things, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like if I give you the turn away and I lose, let's say I really give you that an opportunity to like bludgeon my ironclad or bludgeon something that has killing power, it could really affect the rest of the game. But I agree, I probably should have given some more priority rolls.
One thing I think, actually, and this is just kind of me just thinking, with KO in general, it might be better for you to just take all Galatian veterans. Because
I just don't want to buy.
Yeah.
I just don't want to buy 30 more ironclad.
But I'm just thinking to myself, like, what is the purpose of not having Galatian veterans? Because me killing your 3 Galatian veteran units basically deleted your ability to take any of the objectives that I was choosing and made battle tactics more difficult. And since you're just always at a range, you're killing shit with your Galatian veteran units anyway. So
I mean, the argument I would make is very simple. It's just that KO really struggles with board control regardless. And if I ran a bunch of Arcanauts, you would just be deleting more Arcanauts. Really. It wouldn't function.
And really the Arcanauts died like in a breath.
They die to a steep breeze. You know what I mean? So if you don't have something like the Ironclad to actually kill things, like a lot of people put a lot of respect on the name of the Ironclad, and as it should, but the thing about the Ironclad is a lot less of its output and more its ability to choose something I want to kill and the ability to go get it, right? So the dragons, for example, are much more killy, I would argue, than an Ironclad. They usually do more damage.
But you're always choosing what you want to do all of your damage to, basically.
Right, basically. That's the best part. That's the advantage of KO, but to do that, they often sacrifice board control in terms of objective play. Like, I don't have anything that can really sit on an objective and take it. The only option you really have as a KO player is to shoot things off objectives and take them that way.
But even here, like, maybe I'm just thinking instead of putting Arcnaut, or what did you have in there? Arcnauts?
I have Thunderers.
Instead of Thunders in there, put Arcnauts in there, and then you can just throw them onto an objective in a fly high. I don't know. It's kind of a weird. It's just the GHB is weird, making you want to take units that you don't want to take, really.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I would say is generally in an Ironclad, the reason why I put the Thunderers in it is because, as you've seen, like sometimes the Ironclad will do just a little bit too little damage, and sometimes you need a little
that extra boost.
Really has. I mean, I don't know if you would agree, but it's allowed me to sort of say, okay, that still has some wounds. I'm going to kill it now. Finish it off. I think it was a fun game. It was a good game. Stormcast with KO is just very wonky.
I like this Stormcast list a lot.
I think
it definitely thrives in getting a double turn at some point.
Yeah, if you would have gotten a double turn, I would have been completely.
There were so many turns where I really wanted the double turn, and I wanted to be able to just put 2 things into the Ironclad at once, so that I could actually get in combat with something. And just honestly, what killed me here was never getting priority, and not killed me because I still won. But what felt bad for the list was never getting priority, and honestly never really getting anything in combat.
Yeah,
I was pretty much running around the whole game just getting points.
That's why I'm telling you that they need to make some new units that are melee units for KO, because it's kind of cancer.
But thinking back on that, I think KO's playstyle potentially
is run away.
Is run away and take the objectives. So in some ways it makes me curious, had you played this differently and given me more turns and almost reversed it so that you were always the one, maybe like you give me first turn, and then you're always taking second turn on priority. You're choosing the objectives. You're running to where you want to be.
That's the
instead
first
of running where I'm making you run.
The first thing I was actually going to say is if there was anything I would have done different is not take first turn, because my first turn was a huge dud. I don't know if you would agree. I didn't do anything.
Totally.
I didn't do any damage to any of your archers. You rallied them back anyway.
And then my first turn, I basically deleted 2 of your entire units. But then having that priority always go your way kept me feeling like I was on the back foot, even though I wasn't, because I got to choose where we were going.
Another thing to say is you're also half in the sky. So another thing to mention is, had you plopped down and really boxed me in, you could have wiped out all my Generation Veterans turn 1, really.
Yeah.
So like it's really weird to play against Stormcast when things are not on the board, which is why I wanted to go first, to split your focus in 2 different directions, and I think I did that well. But the problem is, what killed me here is objective choosing.
I personally felt consistently split on the board.
Yep.
Between
that was my goal.
Doing what I wanted to do and doing what I kind of needed to do to get points. You know?
I get what you're saying.
And I think had I done what I wanted to do, I definitely would have lost on points.
Yeah.
But you have to play for points, kind of.
In a different battle plan where every objective is active at all times, I think
a total different play.
I think this play style would have worked perfectly.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was really just like, that's what murdered me, was like you saying, this is on, that's not.
Yeah.
And
this you can take, this only my units can take right now. That's for specifically for this battle plan, it's not actually huge.
I want to be clear, I don't think it's unbalanced at all. I just, personally, the reason why I don't like the battle plan is that there's too much stuff going on.
I would also say this is I think my second time playing this battle plan, and I think you're first, right? You haven't played this one before.
Yeah, I've never played this one.
Yeah, so we're both new to the battle plan. We're both going to make mistakes about like what we want chosen. There were even times when I didn't think maybe I chose the right objective, but
turns out you did.
Turns out I did. You know,
you did.
But you're almost consistently second guessing yourself on this type of a battle plan where you're choosing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes it interesting, but it also it's only really interesting, I think, for like a high level player who has the capacity to think about all these things. A new player is gonna hate the shit out of this.
I would say, honestly, they could have kept, in this GHB, remove bounty hunters entirely, keep those battle tactics, because I think they're fine, actually.
I think the more I think about the battle tactics, actually, I like them.
Battle plan, though, it's just a lot of the battle plans have too many things going on, and there's also a lot going on here. So I feel like if we had the simplicity...
And for example, we had to re-roll what battle plan we were playing today, because one of the battle plans was like, you can't remove your units from the table.
Yeah,
which
I don't like things like that.
Literally, you can't play KO on that. So
no, you can play KO on it. You can fly high.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm, because that's not a removing from the table, you're setting up, but you can't really utilize...
Yeah, I can't do half my stuff.
So I think it's just dumb, because if Stormcast...
But I wouldn't be able to do my translocate,
No, you can do the translocate too.
No, because you're taking them off the table.
You're setting up somewhere else.
Oh.
It's a setup. So you can do all your movement shenanigans, but the thing I don't like is that your strength comes from being off the board, choosing where you're going to ram into me, and then doing that, and taking that away from you is kind of crippling. Because if you had everything on the board turn 1, I'm shooting whatever I want. Mm-hmm. Which is not good for Stormcast, because I'm basically killing a dragon, or I'm killing Bash.
We don't have a lot of screens that can keep you out of
I mean, I would argue you don't
range.
even have any screens.
Yeah, everything is important in this list.
In that sense, it's very elite army. But thanks for watching. I had a good time. It's always a pleasure to play you, buddy.
Yo, we'll be back soon. I'm excited to see how everything turns out, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yep.
Any questions you might have, leave them in the comments, and we'll try to get to them.
And if you're part of the Discord, criticize us. It helps.
For sure. All right. Have a good one. See you guys next time.
Bye now.